Hi, I'm Sorrel from Mabel & Cole, one of the recipe writers, and today we're going to be making meringue ghosts, perfect for Halloween treats. You'll need 3 egg whites, 150 grams of white sugar and 50 grams of dark chocolate. So you need to begin with a nice big bowl and make sure it's dry and spotlessly clean. You can make sure there's no grease in your bowl by just wiping around with a cut lemon. So we're using 3 egg whites, which is about 30 grams per white. So you can use a carton of egg whites. Pop the yolk into a bowl, and you can use the yolks for making some hollandaise, carbonara perhaps, and a quiche or a tart, or I can't remember what other thing is, or an omelette. You want to be really careful you don't get any egg yolk into the egg whites, because that will stop your meringues from whisking up properly. I need to wash my hands now. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
So now we're going to whisk the egg whites up, and I'm just going to use a hand mixer. So you're going to want to whisk these until they're sort of soft peaks. So I think we're there. Just lift your whisk and you can see it's clinging to the whisk. If I tip the bowl over my head, it would stay in the bowl, but I am not going to do that today. We're now going to add the sugar in, a tablespoonful at a time. So put your whisk onto a low setting when you do this. And the meringue should become nice and glossy. And then gradually increase the speed. As you get towards the end, you can just tip it in slowly. You need to make sure it's incorporated before you add the next one. And that's it, done. Lovely and thick and glossy. You can use icing sugar. I try and use a nice white sugar so your ghosts are really white. So we're going to pipe the ghosts onto a lined baking tray. And I've got a reusable piping bag here, and I'm not going to bother with a nozzle. It's got a nice opening, I'd say slightly smaller than a pound coin. So I've just popped it in a nice tall glass, so you're not all fingers and thumbs when you're trying to get your meringue in, and just pop it in. You might need to do this in a couple of batches. Nice amount in there, just squeeze it to the end, and now we're going to pipe them onto our lined baking tray. So I'm going to try and make some stacked ones. They look like they're bodies and heads. So squeeze quite firmly and then release as you come up, and squeeze hard again and release, and then little heads and wisps for their hair. So they don't have to be perfect. They can be a bit rustic, a bit wobbly. That's absolutely fine. Just leave a little bit of space in between each one. They're not going to expand hugely. I'm going to pop those into the oven for an hour, 120 or 100 degrees if you've got a fan oven. Okay, so the meringues have had an hour in the oven and they've cooled down, so we're now onto the fun bit. We're going to decorate them. It's a great one to do with the kids, and probably if the kids do it, look a bit more scary. So I've got 50 grams of dark chocolate, and we're just going to pop it into a bowl over a pan of simmering water. Just make sure the bowl doesn't touch the water, and we're just going to stir that until it melts. Okay, so that chocolate's melted. And I'm just going to use some chopsticks to dot the eyes on and some little mouths. And there we go, maybe a new mouth. Okay, and there we have it. There are your meringue ghouls or ghosts. Perfect for Halloween, just 3 ingredients. Yeah, a great Halloween treat. Really good and chewy, scarily delicious.